Hello, my friend. It's the crypto lunatic from the Lunar Café, bringing you hidden gems before they pop. And today we're going to have an adventure into the degen zone. Into the degen zone, we're going to talk about a super high risk crypto that has been lying there in wait. And this potentially could be big. But again, like anything that I ever talk about, it's not financial advice. This is just a bit of entertainment, and you do your own research on this one, my friends. I'm going to explain what this is, how I found it, and I'm going to take you on a little degen adventure today, my friend. So, for a start, before we go on this adventure, let me tell you how I found it. I've been playing with Claude, one of my latest AI friend, and I have been working on prompts with Claude, and I was working on a prompt for hours. I was working through it. I was asking its full capabilities. I want it to predict the future. I really pushed it to the boundaries, and I ran this prompt, and it dug up this project and said that this could be worth looking at because of what it does, what it is. And you are about to find all of this out. So, my friend, join me on a little journey into the degen zone. So here we are. To start off, we are not quite in the degen zone because for me, the degen zone is under 10 million. So, but we're almost in the degen zone. And we virtually are when we look at the tokenomics. Now, this is the first thing I really like about this project. Most tiny little altcoins, you usually see somewhere in the region of about 20% of the supply out circulating. Here, it's almost a total. Look, 1 billion to 950 million. So 90% of the supply is already out. Now, this is an excellent, excellent start. This is brilliant tokenomics for this project. And we'll see why, because look, this has been on the market for a while. It started life as a 13 cents coin back in 2022. So this is no stranger. But it's been lying there building, 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 building. It had a little spike here to 16 cents, and that was back in March 2024. Back here in December 2024, when the market was up, it went up to eight, almost 9 cents. And so it's had a big retrace here. Now, this to me is the adventurous zone. We seem to have found a level of support at this level because when we go back here, we see here, look, 0.019 hit the bottom, 0.019, it hit the bottom. It very rarely goes beyond this point. It seems to have found a relative level of support. Now, I know this is below 0.019, and of course it can go down. It's a degen zone, my friends. But the point is, traditionally, it hasn't seemed to go much lower than this, and it's been on the market since 2022. So let's look down here, and we can, what are people saying about REI? We can let AI analyze that. But here's the first thing I want you to pay attention to. Look, 3 pages worth of exchanges, and it's on Binance. It's on Binance. So this is a coin that's already on Binance, and it has a lot of access. When the money comes into crypto from the retail, there's a lot of ways that they can pick this coin up. So here, look, a little deep dive here. I didn't even look at this before I started recording this video. So you can read through all of this. Look, bullish for REI is a 60% price jump. It's got a cross-chain expansion and staking bonanza. So there's stuff going on. Cross-chain swaps are live, 103% APR. So, well, look at these. So exchange suspensions haunt price action, which means that some of the exchanges have obviously taken it down, which have suppressed the price. But it's still available on quite a few exchanges, including Binance, which is big news. It's big news as we go down here. So we're going to look at it. I asked Grok, I did my usual, do a deep dive on REI Network. So here we go. Now you can read through all of this. I'm just going to give you highlights, but by all means, you're welcome to pause the video and read everything. So what this is an Ethereum compatible layer one public blockchain. So it works with Ethereum, except it's faster and cheaper. That's what it is. It's a faster and cheaper version of Ethereum. And what you'll find it's got this just tells you it's faster and cheaper with hardly any gas fees. Now, Ethereum is crippled by high gas fees. You go on there and it costs it's so expensive to transact. So here you have the same thing, virtually the same thing as Ethereum, but it's faster and cheaper, which means it's set up to capture the gaming market and the developer market. So you can read through these if you want. We've talked about the circulating supply. So it talks about metrics and volume here, wallet addresses, no specific data on that. Team strength. So sparse. We don't know a lot about the team. So again, this is a potential red flag. And this is rebranded. It used to be GX Chain. So community engagement. The team actively engages with the community through platforms like GitHub. The active and forked repositories suggest ongoing development for collaboration. So there's some strategic partnerships, which we'll look at later, but there's a lack of public team profiles. So this is obviously not a great thing. Developer activity, the network's regulation codes updates, security audits with reputable firms, and a 1.5 million bug bounty program demonstrate a commitment to technical excellence and security. So the team appears technically capable and has a track record of delivering a functional blockchain. However, the lack of public information and individual team members makes it difficult to evaluate their expertise. Now, the tokenomics are good. You can read that if you want, but they're good, very good for a degen coin, which is a good thing. Of course it is. But of course, we're in the degen zone, so there's always going to be risks involved. So the REI Network's tokenomics are innovative, particularly the gas fee model and staking incentives that could drive adoption. The 1 billion token cap provides scarcity, but the lack of a detailed distribution data and potential for future supply changes warrant caution. Current sentiment. So social media sentiment. Posts from December 2024 to August 2025 show strong bullish sentiment. For instance, a post by Plato Crypto expresses a high conviction of REI's potential, citing its AI infrastructure advancements and market cap growth from 10 million to 90 million in 9 days. A May 2025 source reports a sentiment score of 105 across social platforms, with 88.37% of 19 Twitter posts being bullish, 11% being neutral, and none of them being bearish. So there you go, no bearish sentiment. So you can read through this news coverage. It's basically unloved, and it's been sitting there dormant, not really doing very much. So the bullish factors of the investment case. It's got a great gas fee model. It's got a higher performance than Ethereum, much higher performance. It's got AI and Web3 integration. Now, these are big narratives, especially AI. Now, AI agents as well for deployment. These are narratives that are going to be high growth areas. The question is going to be, can REI get the market? Are they going to get their message out? Are people going to find out that this is faster and cheaper and it blends in with the Ethereum ecosystem? Now, Ethereum's blowing up right now, so it's very topical. Ethereum leads the way, and then the money falls down into the smaller altcoins. Will REI benefit from that? Well, we don't know, but it certainly looks like the right time to speculate if you want to get in early. Now, of course, the degen zone is high risk, and the bearish factors, any degen one has high risk. So the investment theses, the REI network presents a compelling case for investors seeking exposure to a scalable gas-free. EVM it basically means that it integrates with Ethereum. It's compatible blockchain and AI integration potential. Its low-cost model and high performance make it attractive to developers building in DeFi, GameFi, and NFT applications. whilst recent partnerships and exchange listings signal growing market traction. The bullish sentiment on X and rapid market cap increase in the late 2024 further support its growth potential. However, risks include market volatility, limited team transparency, low mainstream visibility, and competition from established layer ones. So effectively, this has been sitting there. It did spike up in December, and it's massively retraced right back to its lowest level now. So from an entry point, this is the best entry point possible. But is it going to get adoption? That we don't know. Let's look at the site. Now, the site looks clean. Look at this. It's telling you it's got all of this state REI, and it says it's 276,000 wallet addresses. Now, that is impressive. That is impressive. There's a little video here. We'll watch a few seconds.
REI Network GX Chain 2.0, the EVM-compatible public chain, is not simply a technical iteration, but reconstruction and code rewriting of GX Chain. REI Network inherits advanced technology and large community since GX Chain mainnet launched in 2017. To embrace the new era and keep pace with the trend of crypto industry, REI Network is now compatible with EVM, introduces a slashing module, creates a free platform for...
Right, I'm going to pause that there because it goes into geek mode. A lot of blockchain stuff, they go into geek mode and start using language that you have to decipher, that people outside of the sector don't know. But this is a clean website. It's a very clean website. I like the look of it. It feels good, feels professional. It's free gas, it's fast transactions. You can build on it. And there's a DAO, which is a decentralized autonomous organism, or organization rather. It basically means that the community run it. It's run. If you know about DAOs, you know. If you don't, well, the easiest way to explain that, it is community run. It's got an ecosystem, a media center, and a network community. So they've got a route map here. Now, whether they hit that route map, who knows? I don't know. That's a lot of partners they've got involved. They're on a lot of exchanges. They've got good tokenomics. So there's a lot to be optimistic for on there. Now, I clicked on their Medium account. There's only one article from 2023. But it talks about things like a crypto exchange that doesn't require KYC. Now, whether that's changed with the new regulations, I don't know. But there's not really much there. But let's go to their X account. Now, this is interesting. For a tiny little degen coin, look, 132,000 followers, which is none too shabby. And look, reasonably up to date. That's last month. So 194,000 unique addresses locked in their stake. Now, here is something very significant. Now, I can't verify this. I don't know. But if this is true, this is telling us that people are taking this seriously. Now, of course, there's ways to manipulate this, and this could be wrong. And you take everything with a pinch of salt in a degen zone. But this is incredible. If this is anywhere close to being true. And look, we're seeing enough engagement to know that there's a good amount of people following it, and not enough for me to make it think that there's bots involved in this. They've got a new partnership announcement. Now, I haven't looked into this, but these are all positive, bullish signs. And this is 2 days ago. 2 days ago. So there's activity happening here. There's something brewing. It's at an all-time low price, but there's something brewing here, and I can't help but feel that maybe this is a gem. And the final thing I want to bring your attention to is this. When I went to Dex Tools and typed in REI Network, I want you to notice the liquidity. Now, look at this, REI Network USDC. The liquidity is 24.37 million. Which is an insane amount of liquidity. So is this 17 million? I just want to remind you that that's more liquidity than the entire market cap. That's a lot of liquidity in a tiny little low cap altcoin, which tells me that there's something here there's something that doesn't add up, but I don't know what that is. So I'm putting this video out part to say, take a look into this, and part to find out what am I missing here? Large amount of liquidity. It's a fast, scalable, gasless Ethereum equivalent. It seems too good to be true on many different fronts. And yet the price suppression says that, hang on, is this a great degen play or is this a massive scam? Well, I'm not 100% sure. But I'd say on the probability of risk reward from what we can see on this video, this looks like a very interesting entry point for REI Network. But in all transparency, I'm not invested in REI Network yet, although after doing this review, I may take a look into it, my friend. But it's completely neutral for here. I'm just hoping if you know more than I do, then please add to the comments. Tell me what I'm missing here, because this looks like a fantastic entry point for a very interesting project. So there you are, my friends. If you have enjoyed this little journey into the degen zone, then please do like and subscribe to the video for more of the same to get into these coins before they pump. Look, before they pump. Price suppressed prices is when I talk about these things. And if you want another video, then you will find that just there. But either way, go and stay lunatic, have fun, and make money with crypto.